Being Iron Man seems awesome, right? The money, the tech, the fame. But what if you were born as Iron Man? Would it still be that great? Well, not really. In fact, it would suck. The pressure, the enemies, and the constant danger would make life unbearable. It's not all fun and heroics. Let's talk about why. First of all, the constant pain. If you were born as Iron Man, that means from day one, you'd have a chest full of shrapnel trying to kill you, and the only thing keeping you alive, a glowing magnet in your chest. Sounds fun, right? Now imagine living every second knowing that if it fails, so do you. As Iron Man, you'd never have a normal life. No childhood, no anonymity. The moment people find out who you are, say goodbye to peace. Everyone, from the media to supervillains, will be watching your every move, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. There's no room for mistakes. There's no escape either. Speaking of supervillains, you'd be a walking bullseye. Every bad guy on the planet would want to take you down. Kidnappings, assassination attempts, alien invasions, it never stops. Even your closest friends could turn into enemies, and the constant paranoia would make it impossible to trust anyone. To survive, you'd need your suit all the time. But here's the problem. Once you start relying on it, you won't be able to stop. You'd be obsessed with upgrading, fixing, and perfecting your armor. And when you don't have it, you'd feel completely powerless, as if a part of you were missing. It would consume you. And finally, the worst part, you can never escape it. No matter how smart, rich, or powerful you are, Iron Man's fate is always tragic. You either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. Either way, it doesn't end well. And the weight of that destiny follows you, a constant shadow, no matter how hard you fight it. Being a genius isn't always a blessing, it's a curse. If you were born as Iron Man, you'd have the mind of a super genius, but that also means your brain never stops working. Sleep, rarely. Relaxation, never. You'd constantly be haunted by problems only you can solve. And the worst part, the world will always expect you to have the answers. Think Iron Man is free. Think again. If you had access to world-changing technology, the government wouldn't just let you keep it. They'd want control. You'd be stuck in endless negotiations, fighting legal battles, or worse, forced to work for them. And even if you resist, they'll find ways to make you comply. As Iron Man, you'd have to make impossible choices. Who do you save? Who do you sacrifice? Every decision comes with consequences, and no matter what, someone always gets hurt. Could you live with that guilt? Because sooner or later, the weight of those choices will crush you, and no amount of armor can protect you from that. Let's be real, even with all your tech, there will always be someone stronger. A god, a super soldier, a sorcerer. No matter how many suits you build, you'll never truly be the strongest in the universe. And that's terrifying, because deep down, you know power alone will never be enough. Eventually, someone will prove it. Your suit is your lifeline, but guess what? It's not indestructible. You'd have to constantly repair, upgrade, and maintain it. And if something malfunctions mid-battle, you're dead. All it takes is one critical failure at the worst possible moment. And when that happens, there's no second chance. No backup, no escape. Even the people closest to you can't be trusted. Your mentor. He might steal your arc reactor, your own AI. It might turn into a genocidal robot. Being Iron Man means always watching your back. Because the moment you let your guard down, everything falls apart. And when it does, you'll be the one left to pick up the pieces. Saving the world isn't just a physical challenge, it's mental torture. The pressure, the fear, the trauma, it builds up. And before you know it, you're drowning in anxiety, depression, and PTSD. You can hide it behind the suit, but it never really goes away. And sooner or later, it catches up to you. Default texture. You'd be rich. But money can't bring back the people you lose. It can't buy true peace of mind. And in the end, even all the wealth in the world wouldn't be enough to save you, because some things are beyond even your control. And that's the price of playing hero. No amount of fortune can buy a way out. As Iron Man, your fight never ends. There's always another villain, another crisis, another war. You might win battles, but you'll never win peace. The war is endless, and so is your suffering. And one day, it will consume you completely. Because heroes don't get happy endings. They just keep fighting until there's nothing left. Having a normal relationship, forget about it. Your life would be so chaotic that the people you love would either leave or get caught in the crossfire. Dating Iron Man is basically signing up for a life of danger. And sooner or later, that danger will find them. Because loving you means living with a target on their back. So yeah, being born as Iron Man, not as cool as it sounds. Sure, the tech and fame are great, but the price you pay, it's way too high. What do you think? Would you still want to be Iron Man? Or would you realize that some dreams just aren't worth the cost? Because once you step into the suit, there's no turning back.